Next Gen Group presents Our Story of Transition with your hosts, Becky and Christine Hopko.
Welcome to our story of transition. My name is Becky,
I'm Christine.
and we are a transgender family. We are actually spouse and spouse now. That's what we tend to utilize. Um, so the reason why we're doing our story of transition, this is going to be our first episode. So thank you for joining in. Um, we wanted to just kind of tell you why we were doing this. So I'm going to let Christine start.
So, the why we are telling our story is because when you start, so to say, as a transgender person, you're not completely out. So, you are, so to say, in the closet, to use a term. And it comes in stages. So, first you're in the closet with yourself, and then once you tell your spouse, and then eventually your family, then they are also in the closet as well until you actually are out fully. So, that includes workplace, friends, everything, right?
Oh, most definitely. And when we were in this stage, we went looking for help, guidance, etc., and really wasn't finding it. So we vowed what after that to tell our story, and so we have documented some of it for our recollection, and we are going to be continuing our story as we go through the transition. Um, Christine came to me about 20 years into our marriage and told me she was transgender. She did not come out fully until almost a year and a half to 2 years later. So that's a long time to be struggling by yourself. So, first of all, we want to let you know you're not alone on either part. There are many more like you, like us out there. It's amazing as we have come out of our closet, how many people we have found because we can publicly talk about it. We realize not everybody is able to do that. So we are taking that and just building with our experiences and the challenges we've had, and
Right.
we're sharing our story.
So we also realize that there's a lot of information out there, but there aren't a lot of good resources for all the specific scenarios that you might be able to encounter. And you could get information overload trying to figure out, what applies to you in your particular situation. So everybody's a little bit different. So we wanted to let people know what we are encountering as a couple and what we have had as challenges.
Right. And not only as a couple, but as a family. We have 2 children as well.
Right.
We are still in the middle of parenting a family as well. So that brings its own set of challenges and encounters as well.
Right. So the way that we're doing this is we are eventually going to publish a book,
We're working on that right now.
right? And of course, we're doing podcasts like this one.
Yep.
So, and we've also done video series such as the Transgender Awareness Series, where we have about 8 speakers that we've interviewed so far. And you can find that at transgenderawareness.com.
hmm
And that is on our story um, of transition website,
Yep.
right?
You can go to ourstoryoftransition.com. That's hopefully where you found us here. If not, please go there. We have a blog. We will have our podcast there. We will have our videos there. Our podcasts will be also on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, all your podcasting sharing pieces. The seminar series is at transgenderawareness.com, and that'll take you directly to the series of speakers as well.
Right. So we want to know basically also what your questions are as our audience. There are different, like I said, people go through different situations. So we'd like to know what it is that you have seen as well. So, and you can drop a comment at our story of transition, right?
Mhm. The contact us page there will have a way for you to give us either a question, or if you're interested in sharing your story, how if you're ready to be public, and you want to share how you and your family have made the transitions, because really the one who's transitioning is not the only one who is transitioning. And a lot of people forget that, or don't even think about it. One of the two, we're not really sure.
Yeah,
But
well, from my experience as a transgender person, it's at least transitioning later in life because you've been in the closet so long, you tend to make the transition a very personal thing. And you tend to forget that it really does affect your family unit, your spouse, especially if you happen to be married or in some kind of relationship. So, because we've seen and even interviewed different people from different walks of life and relationships. So, some of those that I wasn't even, aware of. So, it's like I said, everything is a little bit different.
yeah, everybody's got a different story and how they handle things. Um, but the more stories that are out there, the more resources there are for people to find similar things or get ideas for their family and their transition. So that is basically what we are trying to do here. So um, this first episode is just a quick introduction of who we are, what we're trying to do, and asking for your help. We want to know what you want to learn about. We will seek out speakers, experts, whatever the case. We will try to bring them onto our show so that you can get that experience as well. So utilize us as a tool. We want to be a resource for families. We are going on 23 years of marriage at
Hmm.
this point. Um, Here in this year, we will be 23. And we really don't plan on making any changes to that particular. We plan on continuing on, but it is also day by day. So we will share our challenges, our successes, our failures. Our failure may be your success, and your failure may be our success. But that's where we are looking to do. So we appreciate you taking a quick listen to our first episode here, and we look forward to hearing about some of the questions and the topics that you would like to explore. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us at Our Story of Transition. Find us at ourstoryoftransition.com. Brought to you by the Next Gen Group.